Hey y'all, so this evening we're going to be taking a look at Norwegian Arctic Field Ration. I recently acquired this from MREZone.com. It's a good place to go pick up some of the foreign and actually even local rations. So if you get a chance, check them out. They're really good and they have some good prices going. So, but what we're looking at tonight is the Norwegian M11 Arctic Field Ration, the beef stew with broccoli. And as you can see right there, it has the ingredients list of beef stew with broccoli, a whole wheat bread, energy bar, protein bar, energy drink, a liver pate, which somehow has fish and gluten listed, so that's got me kind of curious. The spicy sauce, the spoon, sugar, wipe, chewing gum, baggie, and black tea. So, and one good thing about these Norwegian field rations, they come in the little green bags, but it's more of a tray style than what we get with the US MREs. But you can actually peel the label and use it to reseal the pouch. So let's get this open and take a look at what we got here. Give me just a moment. Sorry, I'd actually forgot to set out a knife this time. I was looking to see if this one may have a peelable seal, but it doesn't give me one. I believe the one I did before did have a way to peel it open, because I did a vegetarian taco pasta a couple of years back. Let me see here. Yeah, this one is not peelable, so we're going to sliceable it instead. There we go. All right. First thing we can see is a cranberry protein bar, the black tea in a bag, white sugar in a nice little stick pouch, disinfectant swab, our main, which of course is going to be a freeze-dried main, beef stew with broccoli, the spoon, it's a really unusual spoon. It's got a little bit of sturdiness, not quite an MRE spoon level of sturdy, but pretty sturdy. I'm going to assume that's the liver pate. Sorry about that, I was a little bit off there. That's what I get for looking at things. The real peppermint chewing gum, a caramel energy bar, so you get two protein bars, or a protein bar and an energy bar. The spicy sauce, now this is some good stuff. It's a very unique hot sauce style, but it's got a really good flavor to it. Tried it before and I have been impressed. Taste of lemon energy drink mixed with 3 deciliters of water. And as you can see, this is a fresh batch that has a, looks like expiration 24/7/2022, which means it was made in late July. most likely of this year, 2017 at the earliest. Running out of space to set everything out here. And Bridgeford whole wheat shelf-stable bread. And of course, like I said, the Ziploc bag, which can be used as trash bag, storage bag, however you need to use it bag. And again, if you have to, you can also store stuff in here, fill your label, and roll it up and seal it. So, alright, let me go get some water started for the tea and the real field meal. We'll be right back to get this out on a tray. So we're going to add some water to our main here. A couple of things I wanted to point out real quick before I got started. I don't know if you can really see them good there, but the dates. There's a production date of 26/1/18, which means January 26, 2018 was a production. Best before 01/20/25. Now that's kind of interesting that it only gives a 7-year life for freeze dried, because Oregon Freeze Dried or Mountain House, the producer of the U.S. freeze dried rations, actually proudly states that they have tested their food for quality and flavor and give it a 30-year guarantee. So just goes to show, with freeze dried foods, they may have an expiration date, but really they don't expire. All right. So we got lovely pieces of meat right on the top. We see some rice when we break it up. Real strong vegetable flavor. Get in there really good with that. Yeah. Alright. And if you look very carefully, it actually does have a fill line, and the gussets have already been pulled out. So it's really hard to read and definitely not marked on the inside. We're going to give it a try anyway. I mean, it's a meal, so we're going to use a standard ratio of 1 to 4. So, got it sealed. I'm going to fold it over twice just so that I can shake it up a little bit, because that tends to work a little bit better than actually stirring to get some of this stuff mixed up, especially with freeze-dried items. You know, what I find interesting is when you look at the picture on the back, beef stew with broccoli, but the two main things it shows is mushrooms and broccoli. So we're going to take a look and see what's in here. All right, I'm going to get the rest of this set up and I'll be right back. All right, so time to have us some food real quick. All right, first thing I did was I got some water. Now, that is measured out 3 deciliters or 300 milliliters, whichever way you want to look at it. So we have the cold drink ready. And while I was at it, I measured out 6 ounces of hot water to go with the black tea. It doesn't give any sort of information on how much to mix on here, but I know normally dealing with teas like I have, 6 ounces of water is perfect for a nice hot tea. Now, it did give you sugar with this. Personally, I wouldn't have minded some honey, but that's a different ration for a different day. Plus the fact that honey in cold environments doesn't really hold up well. It tends to crystallize really fast. So instead, we have our white sugar and our black tea. And I'm going to really piss off a bunch of English folk right now, and anyone else who's familiar with the proper way to make tea. They'll be screaming at the screen, no, don't dunk your bag, don't dunk your bag. Never, sorry, I'm a Southerner. Normally when we drink tea, it's sweet and it's iced. So, although I do enjoy a good hot tea every once in a while, surprisingly enough, most of the time Earl Grey with honey. So, all right, we have our whole wheat shelf-stable bread. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a basic Bridgeford bread, just like you see in the U.S. MREs. And I would be right. Smells kind of different though. Has more of a weedy smell. I don't know if it's just because it's fresher or what, but it definitely has a bit of a different odor to it. I like it. Almost has like a nutty, fruity type smell. And of course we're going to have some pate with that, so we'll go ahead and set that in. A caramel bar feels like a basic energy granola type bar that we'd find here in the US. But we'll also note, best before date on this, 23/2/20. So all of this is real fresh food. Again, MREZone, he got some good stuff. Give him a try. There's nothing like fresh rations once you've had them. There we go. We're just going to leave that there. And we've also got the cranberry protein bar. Now this one's got me curious because I've seen protein bars. Cranberry I'm not familiar with. And that is not what I expected. I was honestly, 19/12/2020, so this is actually December production. Alright. That's not what I was expecting, I will be honest with you. I was expecting more of a coated type bar. Just one solid color, looks like one solid piece. You've all seen it. I did not expect to see the little crunchies and everything in there, so that's kind of surprised me. And of course we've got our real gum. If you ain't seen the chewing gum by now, it's all pretty much the same. It's chiclet style. It comes in either peppermint, wintergreen, or spearmint. Except for the MREs, I would give you cinnamon, which is some good stuff. And it's actually great for clearing your teeth afterwards and not much else. So, because it dies fast, let me tell you. Alright. Okay, so we've got a little bit of caking on the inside from our drink mix. And it says to mix in the bag, so I actually think I am going to do that since we have so much caking on the inside. And then just pour it back in the cup. Gusseted bottom, and that brings it right up to the fill level. Perfect. Now seal it, shake it like a Polaroid picture, what your mama gave you, however, whatever shake Sonora song you want to quote while you're doing that, you go right ahead. This is a non-judgmental zone. But I will say the ration that I am eating comes from the home of one of the best cover artists you will find, Leo Moricoli. If you are into heavy metal and have not found his channel yet, shame on you. There's a little bit of residue at the bottom. Now what's surprising is I did not realize this bag was gusseted until it started filling out with water. That's how tightly it was sealed. So that tells you something right there. Alright, that has all of that. Perfect. And of course we got our spicy sauce. We'll slap this over here real quick. And our disinfectant wipe. Alright, so it has been about 8 minutes and I am feeling a lot of good swelling on that. Let me take a look at it real quick. Oh yeah, it has definitely absorbed all of the liquid that I put in there. In case you couldn't tell, that is at a 45-degree angle and no liquid is coming out. 60 degrees, there we go, 90 degrees, and we start getting the slide out. So we're just going to put a little bit of this out right now. Okay, so let's get to tasting some of this stuff. First things first, I gotta stir up this drink because I know that sugar did not dissolve from me just pouring it in. There we go. We're gonna leave that a minute. Now, we never did open up the pate to look at it. Liver pasty. See if I can read any of this. Nope, I can't read a single word of it. Oh well. But it does have a Best Buy 16822, so even though it has been dented up, I'm pretty sure it's still good. It's also looking like it's going to be a pain to open, pardon me. There she blows. Oh yeah, that is definitely a liver pate. Bog standard liver pate to be exact. It's pretty much just like any other liver pate. It's like I smelled in the German. Yeah, it's definitely got that softness. So there. All right. Now, just so I can say that I did, first thing we're going to try, a piece of the bread by itself. See, that's what confuses me. There's a really hard flavor to describe in this. I mean, I get the wheat, I get the yeastiness, but what really throws me, and I don't know any other way to describe it, it almost has like a fresh watermelon flavor to it. And I know that sounds weird as all get out, but it's the only way I know how to describe it. When you have a nice, fresh, ripe watermelon, you slice it open and you get that scent of just that watermelon smell coming out of that first slice. Not the bite, just the smell of it. That earthy sweetness. That comes through every time I smell and taste this bread. And I don't know any other way to describe it. How watermelon got associated with their whole wheat brown bread, I have no clue. But that's the only way I know how to describe it. So let's try a little bit with our pate on it. You know, the pate was good till I got to the end. And I definitely, God, got a hint of tuna at the end. So, I don't know what they're mixing in their pates, but good God. I'm sorry, that's nasty. That is some nasty pate. Yeah. I'll be bypassing that. Damn, it just leaves a bad taste in your mouth. I don't want that infecting anything else. You are not supposed to do this because it is a alcohol wipe. It's supposed to be to clean off your hands, but I don't want that flavor anywhere near any of this other food. I'm sorry. That is just, oh my God. Nasty. I'm sorry, that pate is nasty. That is some of the nastiest stuff I have eaten. That would even beat out the French mint flavored isotonic drink for nastiness. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Well, you definitely get a good lemon scent from the drink mix, that is for sure. It has a really good flavor. I expected more lemonade, but it's really hard to describe. It's almost like a lemon curd in a glass. It's got a real good, clean, lemony flavor with a hint of sweetness, not too sour. So it's actually good. I like that. That is a really good lemon drink. I'm a big fan of it. So, all right. Now I want to do the savory before the sweet. So we're going to take a look at this. Excuse me. Oh God. Yeah, that pate is just nasty. I'm sorry. It was good till that fishy aftertaste hit at the end, and that just ruined it completely. And now I can't taste anything else. Oh. Alright, so we definitely got some pieces of meat in here. I'm not seeing the pieces of mushroom I thought I was going to see based off of the picture on the back. But I'm also not seeing pieces of broccoli. I don't know if it's been that much broken up. Well, there's some broccoli right there. Kind of hard to see, but there is some in there. And that looks like tomato. So that's a bonus. So now let's give this a try. Definite tomato base. I could do without the rice, but I understand why they put it in to bulk it up. The peppers, I'm not sure if that's a tomato or a pepper now based on the flavor. I know there's tomato base, but there's also a pepper in there, and I'm not sure which that is. It's good. Let's see if we can make it better. Seriously, you're not going to open? Save the rest of that for matter of fact. We'll just go ahead and all right, the rest of that in there. Yeah, the hot sauce makes it. Alright, so let's try Excuse me. Let's try this tea. We've had a chance to let it steep long enough. Got a nice dark flavor to it. Yeah. It's a bog standard black tea. I'd have liked it a little bit stronger, but yeah, still good. And on a cold night, a hot drink like that comes in real handy. Alright, let's take a look at our cranberry bar here. Break off a little piece of it. Yeah. First thing that hits you is that cranberry flavor. It just comes bursting right in. I mean, definite in your face. Yep. It's not the cranberry I'm used to, though. It's a lot sweeter. Anytime you get cranberry here, it's tart, it's sour. That's sweet. We have our caramel energy bar. It also looks like it has fruit in it. And it is a lot stiffer than the cranberry bar was. It's definitely a lot chewier. See, I would have expected this level of chewiness out of a protein bar, not out of just an energy bar. So, but definitely a caramel flavor, almost like a not quite a salted caramel, but it's definitely a caramel. It's got that burnt vanilla type taste to it that you associate with caramel that is very unique. Which, I mean, if you know how caramel is made, you understand, but excuse me, something went down the wrong pipe there. So, well, I'll tell you what, folks, I'm going to finish up dinner. Except for this, Marco and Sadie are going to get to enjoy that because I ain't touching it again. I'm going to have dinner and take care of this, so I'm out. Y'all have a good